How's everyone doing?
Like my
Good.
nonverbal for a podcast.
Yeah, I'll take it. We've got one single thumbs up. That's all we need. Running this thing with duct tape and a dream.
All right.
Should pull up the.
Oh, I haven't even looked at the questions for today.
Oh, whoopsies.
Oh, I haven't either.
Oh man, I think I need to change the battery in my mouse.
Oh, niet.
Let me reach over to this here laptop and use the touchpad.
I actually did see that salt and pepper shaker one, just like in scrolling Twitter,
Yeah,
and it mind fucked me so hard.
I'm very excited.
Today I'm double fisting on the liquids. I've got the obnoxiously large water bottle and a glass of red.
Very nice. I love that for you. I was considering getting a beverage, but I have to drive back to the house where I'm dog sitting, so we're not doing that.
A blackberry cream soda
Fun.
Ooh.
I came across because I was like, I love blackberries, so
Brookes, I need you to check your Twitter DMs and I need you to check your TikTok DMs because you're the only one who understands the memes I'm sending you.
thought I've checked Twitter. Not TikTok, no, but thought it was up on my Twitters.
Maybe
Nope, I take that back.
Maybe I'm just stupid.
It was 5 minutes ago. Oh no, that was the group. That's the group chat.
I'm like, I'm sure I didn't.
I just saw your name. It's a tweet from you, and it had your name on it. I missed the frogs and crisis part.
Oh fuck! Or did I? This might have been, I might have fucked up.
Ha!
There you go. Now you understand. But yeah, check your TikTok DMs. That one I know. That one I am sure about.
I always forget to check TikTok.
Doesn't have to be right now. Anyway.
Well, I am now because it's in my hand.
Oh, okay.
I love it so much.
That show's making me so unstable. I don't know what the hell it is with me and starting comedies and just being like, oh, this will be fun, and then by the end I need to, and then by the time I catch up or finish the show, I need to lay face down on the floor to deal with my feelings about it.
Well, at least it's not over. We got more seasons.
We do have more seasons. I also listened to the song Mr. Loverman by Ricky Montgomery, and I thought about Laszlo, and I'm not okay, and I need you to listen to the song so you know what I'm talking about. Sorry, you two. We are a fan of the same show, which means that we're gonna become so much more insufferable.
Oh, joy.
So good.
It's so good, and we will drag you down into this cult eventually.
What show?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard about that one.
So good.
It's so fucking good.
What's it on? Is it like...
It's on Hulu.
HBO.
Also, one of the main ship dynamics there is girl boss male wife, and I just really love everything about it.
I love everything about that.
She's so unhinged. It's just...
I want a male wife. And also the guy that I've been seeing from a dating app, we both have a crush on the same character.
That's amazing.
So it's very fun. He said I have to fight him for Nadja. And I was like, that's fine. If I lose, I still get Nandor. I love him so much. Okay. We need to stop before I talk about what we do. Before Brookes and I talk about what we do in the shadows for 45 minutes.
I was holding it in.
That's why I said we should do a stream where we just share our feelings about it. Nothing formal.
Sorry.
Maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. Okay. So I guess we're just gonna jump right in. I've been rolling this whole time. First question. Would you rather have the ability to time travel or the ability to teleport?
Oh, that's an easy one.
Teleport, totally.
Teleport.
Yeah, I'm gonna say teleport.
So, okay, first of all, just time travel or time and space travel, because those are drastically different.
I don't really think it's specified. It just says time travel.
Time
like,
and
if you-
would be teleporting too, though.
Right, but
That
like,
would be exclusive.
if you think about it, time travel on its own, the worst power. If we time travel back 1 second, I'm here, the Earth will now be all the way over here. Bad news bears.
See, I
Well-
wasn't even thinking of it in that sense. I was thinking of it in the sense of if you go back, even if you can't, like, specifically choose, oh, I want to go to this place in the year, blah, blah, blah. Even if you were just, like, you had to be standing where you are right now and use your time travel powers. If you go to the past, you are going to kill everyone there with the, you know, just everyday bacteria that you're carrying. And if you go to the future, you are going to die. Because you will get infected with some future disease that you have no resistance against.
So the
teleportation, absolutely, yes, please.
The other thing is there's like multiple models of time travel. There's like the Harry Potter model and like the Groundhog Day model and like the Back to the Future model, and they all have different rules to them. And so like now none of the rules are simple, and teleporting seems like that would be just much easier. But depending on which model you're using, it will be really easy to mess things up pretty badly.
Bye.
Other concern I have, though, is that I get car sick and airplane sick and sick at all with method of travel. So I just know that any teleport would immediately mean tummy hurt.
But what if it's just to, like, snap your fingers, you're in the place where you want to be?
If I could do it without my tummy hurting, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Well, any and all travel for me means tummy hurt.
I'm sorry.
I'm just thinking about it in terms of the pure ability. Like, not all the nitty-gritty, but, like, the things that you could do with time travel. Like, you could fix your own mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? If you made a bad choice, you could go back in time and fix it. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to, like, move in space, but if you can go back in time and take a plane like you would now, and you could change things, right? So the principle is, would you rather change things or see the future, I guess? I was thinking about going back in time.
Yeah.
Or would you rather be able to go anywhere you want anytime?
I'm going to say anywhere I want anytime.
Yeah, I just like the idea.
That.
I just like the idea
I would be paralyzed with indecision if I had the ability to, like, attempt to fix my own mistakes, because then I'd go back and I'd fix a mistake and then I'd be like, wait, that was a mistake. And I would be miserable.
I just, too, though, want to go back and show a feudal serf the what you say SNL skit.
Okay, that would be great.
To watch what would happen.
I follow a beautiful, beautiful Twitter account, which is just posts that would kill a Victorian child.
Yeah, that.
And it's wonderful. Actually, that's what. Let's think of some things that would kill a feudal serf if you gave it to them, or a Victorian orphan, or what have you.
The what you say SNL skit.
I'm gonna say McDonald's Sprite.
Oh.
That would definitely kill a Victorian era child.
A Baja Blast.
A Baja Blast.
Just soda in general.
Soda in general.
Right.
Any song by 100 Gex.
I would say really anything with spice to it.
Yeah.
Pretty bland food.
All you have to do is hand them a ginger snap.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, basically anything from Taco Bell.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
So basically most modern food, modern technology that would blow their minds. Because I try to imagine if you lived a few hundred years ago.
Pop rocks.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I completely forgot what I was saying because you said that. And
I'm so sorry.
No, I have candy downstairs that has like popping candy in it.
Ooh, fun.
It's like chocolate bar, dark chocolate, but it has a little bit of chipotle pepper in it, and then popping candy. It's super weird.
Interesting.
That's fancy.
My mom sent me candy.
Aww, that's so sweet.
It was like a little variety box of these different fancy chocolate bars, and it was one of them.
I even think just like a globe, way back that like
Yeah.
just holding it up and be like, you are here. This all exists.
I just opened the thread on Twitter and somebody said coronavirus.
I mean, they're not wrong.
No, they're not.
But that is a point for time travel. Imagine going back in time, giving somebody corona,
And then
they
you
could just
wipe
deal
out
with
the
it back
population.
then. No, and then they could just deal with it and the survivors, and then we won't have to deal with it now.
Yeah, but you might disappear.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I don't know why I said that. I'd be fine with it too.
I'm taking one for the team.
Yeah, at this point I could honestly go for taking one for the team. Just wipe it all out early. If it wipes out my my ancestral line, whatever. You know? I also think that like the concept of clothing that is distressed on purpose would kill a medieval peasant. Like trying to get them to understand, no, we damage it on purpose and don't fix it and wear it.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Even just like fast fashion as a concept.
Yeah.
It would just be like, wait, why am I paying? I'm not sick yet. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
see.
Listen.
What you don't understand is you're gonna get sick. And then you're gonna have to go to the fucking alchemist and get some herbs.
I feel like so much of our modern entertainment, and I don't mean like TV and movies and that kind of stuff necessarily. I'm talking like your bungee jumping and your skydiving.
Oh yeah.
Like, first of all, you can fly in the sky, and second of all, you chose to use that technology to jump out of it.
There's some posts, and I will find it and I will link it, and it's like me having time traveled and talking to Karl Marx, and so this is why I think XYZ is unsustainable. You guys went to the moon? Yeah, anyway, so what do you think of our modern society? The moon in the fucking sky?
I want to put
Like
one
that.
of those people in like a VR headset and just watch them run off a cliff.
Yeah, or like take them to a rave.
Yeah.
A rave would kill them.
I want to just bring a Victorian child into life right now and see how long it takes until they perish.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun.
If time travel is ever invented, that's what I'm using it for immediately. I'm going back. I'm grabbing the first child that I see, and I'm bringing them here.
That's another fun question. Time travel is invented. What is the first thing you're doing?
That.
As Emily has answered for us.
I feel like that'd be a fun concept for a video game, though. The child, bringing them to the modern times and seeing how long it takes them to perish.
That is
Like
a good
create a
video
video
game.
game around that, where you're like in the modern world and you get to play with this like little Dickensian orphan.
Like a webkins
like
where you have to
that.
keep them alive.
Cursed
Like
living.
a mix of...
like the child is your own Tamagotchi, like
Our modern technology, and they're like, oh no, the orphan.
like Sims meets Oregon Trail, kind of. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even get the sentence out.
Well, now I'm extra intrigued.
Yeah, no, it's just, because like, you play the games and your little avatar encounters different things and you get the text and whatever that comes up, and I'm just imagining all the different things that you could have in that situation.
Beautiful.
Because I think like it's like, oh no, the Dickensian orphan has encountered Indian food.
I'm also trying to think of what the first thing I would do with time travel would be. I think I'd just use it to get more sleep.
Oh, I also would go back in time and tell my parents to invest in Bitcoin.
Ooh, good
yeah.
move.
And while we're at it, just everything else that sounded like a joke
Yeah.
at the time, like Apple and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or, the internet.
Google.
Just straight up give them lottery numbers.
That too.
Yeah.
But see, I'm trying to think of a dumb thing that is specific to me personally. Like, not like what are things the first reasonable person might do with time travel. Like, oh yeah, I'll go back in time, make sure like my parents get rich or whatever. What is a stupid thing that only I would do immediately with time travel? I feel like there has to be an answer. And there has to be one for every person.
I know it's weird, but I actually have no interest in time travel.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain.
I there's things that could have gone better. I make mistakes like any other person, but it's like those things add up to who you are. You change any one of them, you're not who you are. If your parents get rich off of whatever thing, that means you grew up differently than you did and you're not you anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can easily get stuck in a cycle of trying to improve things and ultimately just making them worse and ending up maybe being a worse person because of it.
The song, the Black Sabbath song, Iron Man, is about time travel. It actually has like nothing to do with like the superhero. It's about a guy who gets shot into the future and sees the apocalypse and goes back to try to warn people. But on his way back, he gets like twisted into this like metal demented thing, and people all like abandon him, and he gets angry and destroys the world and becomes the apocalypse that he sees.
I would beat the fuck out of Thomas Edison. I would beat the fuck out of Thomas Edison. And then Nikola Tesla would, I don't know, things would work out for him, and then we'd all have free Wi-Fi at all times.
Yeah, he wasn't a scientist as much as he was like a business person.
Yeah.
Ooh, I also would go back and save Rosalind Franklin so that she wouldn't die and could get her Nobel Prize.
I dig it.
And she can get the credit for discovering the structure of DNA like she rightfully deserves.
Correct.
Yeah, worried that changing anything though, I mean, it creates ripple effects. You could do something like that ends up, is a good thing, but who knows all the different little infinite things that would change, which could lead to like a nuclear apocalypse.
If it means I get to take out Thomas Edison, that's still a risk I'm taking. I have such beef with that man as a historical figure.
Yeah, I don't know.
That, not the time for this episode, but future episode, historical figures you have beef with.
Ooh. Hell yes. Everyone, think about that in the coming days. Think about that for our next session.
But to go back to the main thing, I would also choose teleportation.
Oh, yeah.
And also time travel if it's invented, discovered, whatever. One of the other first things I would do is go back just like 1 year and work out more.
Yeah, okay. Seems fair.
So yeah, I feel like I'd go back 1 year and then work out for the first week and then just like...
And then forget.
Yeah.
I feel like even teleportation though apparently I'm just a real downer today, but I feel like even that has its issues because it sounds nice to be able to essentially be anywhere you want at any time. The problem with that is that if you're able to just visit wherever you want, see all the people you want whenever you want, you stop appreciating those things.
Mm-hmm.
And it no longer matters if you get to go to some exciting city because you could literally do it at any moment. It's not a once in a lifetime opportunity or something like that.
Yeah, but if it's no longer a once in a lifetime opportunity, I'm not paralyzed by fear of it ending and like sad about the fact that this is the only time I'm going to be in this place the entire time that I'm there and not even able to enjoy it.
Well, the other thing is there are places that I love visiting now that I've been to all the time that just haven't gotten old. And the other thing is like there's so many places that I would like to see that I don't think I would really be running out anytime soon. And on top of that, I can also regulate how often I go somewhere. Like I don't have to be everywhere at once. If there's a place that I like, but I want to continue appreciating it, I don't need to, spend all my lunch breaks there. I can just go there for like special occasions or
and also,
whatever.
Like I understand that in a sort of like, oh, if you're like, in my single human lifetime, if I go to every place that I want to go just once, that's gonna eat up a good chunk of time. I don't really think I have to worry about things not being special anymore because I do it too much.
I just love the idea of being able to go to places just on my lunch break. Like I love that. Like, oh, am I working here? And then I would like to take my 30 minutes on a beach in Hawaii. Yeah, I'll
lovely.
do that.
That'd be a huge.
And then pop back.
Question for the group though.
Yes.
If teleportation just became mass available, like right now there's just like an announcement that's like everybody's allowed to teleport, which tourist spot do you think would immediately become the most overrun of everybody being like, oh, I'm gonna go here?
Ooh.
How
that's
embarrassing.
What I was thinking about too, like the other thing, like how many people would be at the Eiffel Tower, in the Louvre, at the Colosseum, just like taking up so much space and you can't even enjoy it because 8 million other people teleported there.
How embarrassing would it be if that became the thing and then nobody was where you were? Like everyone just ditched.
I feel like that would happen like the first week after it's announced that everyone can teleport. Like everywhere's gonna be crazy crowd. Like every major tourist attraction is gonna be crazy crowded. But then it'll be like, but then I feel like it would even out. Because people who have like wanted to go to XYZ place, their entire life, they got there. They did it. Yeah. Now I can take a little break and go back later. I feel like it would even out eventually.
I agree with that.
I don't know.
So, mass hysteria.
I mean, I think it'd be funny. I don't know what that says about what's wrong with me.
Every time there's a superhero with a teleportation ability, like in movies or TV shows, though, they always treat it like it's no big deal because it's like, people that are rich not appreciating the money that they have because it's just so easy to them. It's not something they have to work for. It's just always available to them. And being able to teleport to Paris to go to the Louvre is not going to feel any different than walking down the street to your favorite restaurant.
But it's still my favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
But right now, your favorite restaurant is probably considerably lower than getting to take a trip to a different country. So there's this big difference between them because you really got to prize that because it's a rare thing versus if they're equally easy to visit, then it's not as special anymore.
Yeah. I don't know, because just because I have the ability to teleport wherever I want does not mean I would be going to be teleporting wherever I want. And so I feel like it wouldn't entirely nullify the idea that it's a special place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, to me, because I'm start in the beginning phases of planning this trip to Paris for May. Train ride to London actually too, because it's like 2.5 hours from Paris.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, but like, that's not for 3 months or something. And now I get like the next 3 months where I'm looking stuff up, I'm planning things. I'm just like, I'm gonna be so psyched constantly for 3 straight months about this. And then I get to make the trip, and then I get to tell everybody about the trip. It's extended enjoyment. Versus if I could just like snap my fingers and be there right now. So there's something different about it. The whole thing surrounding a trip somewhere.
Right.
I get that. I feel like the teleportation thing for me specifically, I'm sure I brought it up on this podcast before at some point. Studied abroad in Russia, had the absolute time of my life, and I have, for the last couple months, as the global situation has deteriorated both politically and pandemically, I've been spending a lot of time afraid that I will never get to go back to St. Petersburg ever, because it's either going to be, the pandemic's too bad, the international situation's too bad, or I'm not going to have time, or I'm not going to have money, or, I'll have to do something with my job. So if I could just snap my fingers and, go back to the Hermitage for an afternoon, that's literally all I want. Yes, buddy, what's up?
For what it's worth, it's looking a lot less like we're going to war with Russia.
Yeah, that was
a little bit of a relief. knowing my luck, he's gonna invade like tomorrow. But as of right now, it's looking like things are de-escalating. So
Yeah, so I guess
one last reason you can't go.
this is very much informed by where I currently stand in my life on the choosing the ability here. But yeah, if I could snap my fingers and spend another weekend in Moscow, I'd be really happy.
I think teleportation would really only work if you use like the Star Trek model, which is that, like, because they have teleportation, so you figure the people on Earth, they would just be teleporting, everywhere all the time. But what they do to get around that is that everybody gets like so many like transporter tokens, and each of them only gets you so far. And so you have to like divvy those out to figure out like how often do I want to teleport, how far do I want to teleport, and so you have to like ration them.
Okay, yeah, I could live with
So
that.
Yeah.
it would mean more because you're saving, like, to go somewhere as far as Russia, you would have to save up a decent number of tokens.
And
Right.
then it's still a
Other
memorable
times-
trip.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that then
That's
I
a
would be
system
happy.
I could live with.
Yeah. I think just the ability to teleport whenever you wanted would be a bit much.
I
The
mean, I don't know.
government
I'm a
would ruin it
hedonist.
somehow.
I am a hedonist by nature, so I don't know. The snap my fingers anywhere and everywhere does sound kind of nice. Good discussion though. Excellent
I got
point.
deep.
Excellent points made all around. I dig. Every now and again, I think it's good for us to get a little deep on here. We're more than just pretty faces.
That's true. We're beautiful faces.
Aww. Okay.
That was also a subtle put down that I'm still just saying we got looks, but nothing else. That was
Yeah, that's it. That's all anyone's here for.
good thing it's an audio medium.
Right?
Yeah, that's the.
We all have beautiful faces for podcasting.
Ideal, really.
We do stand. Okay, so the next one is a video, which will also be linked in the description. But I came across this video on Twitter, and does anyone need like a second to watch it? Have we seen her before?
I
I
have
have not.
Okay, cool. Then in that case, I will give y'all a second.
I need a link. Can you?
Oh wait, hold on.
Send.
Do you not have the? Are you not part of the document anymore? I should fix that.
No.
I will put it in the host chat.
Thank you, bestie. I will make that accessible to you, Emily. If I can. Why do I not? Ah, there we go. The blue button staring me right in my face.
I'm gonna watch it real quick, and so I'm just gonna mute my.
I got you.
Me too.
Okay, yeah, Emily, you are definitely on the list. I should insert the Jeopardy theme here.
Because that's what you use them for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remembered a tweet last night that took me out. I'm purposely getting us off topic, but would anyone like to hear?
What?
So
I just finished the video.
Oh, okay. I said I remembered a tweet that in our fun little silence there, I remembered a tweet that just took me out last night.
Yes, please tell.
Do you think Lewis and Clark explored each other's bodies?
I love that thing you sent. It's like every day this website finds new ways to test my patience.
Oh my god, yeah. Hold on. I don't even remember what the punchline in that one was, and now I need to remind myself.
I remember too.
I don't remember either, but that's just what I remember
It was
from
real dumb.
from it. Yeah.
Was it the one about the hobbits?
Oh yeah.
I just suddenly remembered.
Emily, I'll send it to you. Oh wait, I found the tweet. Where'd she go? She's had enough.
She turned into a tiny cat.
I mean, to be fair, who among us wouldn't want to be a tiny cat?
Correct. That is how. There we go.
Oh, hi, Echo.
Hello, Echo. Emily.
She would answer your question. She would not like to be a tiny cat.
No, you would not like to be a tiny cat. Although I don't know, maybe you would.
I've sent the cursed memes to you.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, no, I had to grab my laptop charger.
Oh, fun. Do you want to take a second to view those, or do we want to actually, like, answer the question?
Answer the question.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, so which do we think is the salt shaker, and which is the pepper shaker?
It has to be the to my pepper
Yeah.
one, because it says you are the salt. It doesn't make sense, but if we're picking which one makes more sense,
Yeah. It has to be the opposite one.
yeah.
Who designed these is what I want to know.
Hallmark.
So I'm gonna get real technical here.
Hit me with it.
With your salt and pepper shakers, one normally has 2 holes and one normally has 3 holes.
Oh, yeah.
I am of the opinion, I like my pepper to have 3 holes, which might be weird, I don't know, but I would say whichever one has 3 holes in it is for the pepper.
I'm thinking
Usually
about the
the
fact
pepper shaker.
that my family has a set of, like, salt and pepper shakers that go with our, like, Christmas dishes. There's only one. One of them has only 1 hole.
It's pepper.
Yeah.
Salt shakers have more holes than pepper. That's why I kept going like this, like I could see over it to see the top of them. Like, I think they both have 3 holes.
Oh, well, god damn it. Well, that doesn't
Because that
help
was
us.
my initial, I was like, oh, well, that's easy. The one that has more holes is for the salt. Oh my god, they both have 3.
Wait,
See, but I hate that because I like more pepper than salt. I like my pepper hole to be more.
My pepper. First of all, I hate that. My pepper hole.
I like to have
My mind is in the gutter.
a good amount of pepper hole.
Every day this podcast finds a new way to test my patience.
Yeah, every...
No, but see...
Every day this podcast just shows that my mind is in the gutter 24/7. Continue, Zach.
If we were to read those, both the salt and the pepper should be in the to my pepper shaker. Like, they should be combined, because it's saying you are the salt, referring to my pepper, and then it says to my pepper, which also refers to itself.
You know what else I'm thinking of right now? Salt and pepper. Like he was surprised by Peppa.
Salt and what's this?
Peppa.
Peppa.
It was just playing on a loop, and I was watching it over and over again.
I feel like the correct boring answer is that the one that says salt has salt, the one that says pepper has pepper.
Yeah.
However, I argue that the one that says you're the salt shouldn't have anything in it, and the pepper should have pepper.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just practically speaking, the one that has the word salt on it should have salt, and the pepper should have pepper, because, like, you're gonna have guests in your home.
That's a bold assumption of you.
I would love to have...
person who's often in my home.
I would love to have guests.
About me.
And they ask...
I would love to have people, but I live with my parents, so we don't do that.
I would love to have guests, and they ask to pass the salt, and I pass them both, and it's just like a Princess Bride style showdown where, like, they have
figure it
like,
out.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
But they both have iodine powder in them. Is that the...
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The main thought I had while watching this, though, was, am I the salt?
I mean, I am a salty bitch.
Because it's telling me, it tells me you're the salt, which means I am the salt.
So are these salt and pepper shakers subtly insulting you?
Insulting.
I mean, or just telling it like it is. That's fine.
Yeah. Well-rounded discussions here tonight, folks. I love to see it.
I hate those salt and pepper shakers as a whole, though, and I think that nobody should ever purchase them.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
No, they're dumb.
I really don't like this kind of Hallmark trend I'm seeing where it's like plain white pottery with like the skinniest possible lettering on it, where it's just like tea, flour.
The worst.
Yeah.
Boring.
I call it the TJ Maxx style because that's where I see it all the time when I'm
like
shopping.
Nope. Give me like the vintage Victorian things where it's all like flowy letters and fancy nameplates. I am a maximalist.
I was shopping for fancy oil and balsamic vinegar bottles a while back, and that was like all of them were like that really plain kind of thin lettered style, and I was getting very angry.
Yeah, no, I don't
We
like
are
it.
in very different stages of life.
As clearly evidenced by my room. Maximalism.
I got ones that are glass and stainless steel, very classy.
That's fancy.
Yeah, I don't like blank surfaces.
I recently bought plates for 50 cents a piece.
Nice.
So that's where my life is.
I love that for you. I kind of love the whole mismatch, like, thrift store plate aesthetic. Whenever I go to a restaurant and all the plates don't match, I'm like, hell yeah. Funky fresh.
Still got a set of dishes in my basement for you.
I will take them. Whenever I can get my ass out of here, I will take them.
Got a whole, like, department store in my basement of stuff I just want to get rid of.
I'm really annoyed that all the ice in my water froze together so that I can't crunch it.
I visited my mom the other weekend, and she was like, okay, when you leave, I have this set of plates, like fancy plates for you to take. I also have a bunch of old Tupperware that I no longer use. You have to take it. So no, I have a bunch of Tupperware.
My mom has, in our attic, has a full set of dishes stolen from Nazareth College.
I love that. I only have a bowl from Geneseo.
And they're, like, kind of nice. They're, like, actual, like, nice ceramic dishware. I'm, like, kind of a fan.
Yeah.
Ooh, I forgot to silence my phone. Shame on myself.
How dare.
I know, shame on myself. I'm failing the podcast here, and I'm the one who started it.
You're letting us all down.
I know.
Yep.
These are the things that haunt my dreams. Did someone just make a surprise noise, or did I hallucinate that?
Yeah, I was watching the video on a loop because the one that has the word salt on it, you can very clearly see at the top of it has 3 holes, and the other one, he never quite puts it in full view. So I just kept watching to see if he would just get it ever like slightly in frame, and he never does. So I Googled him. The salt and pepper shaker.
Smart.
The salt shaker has 3 holes. The pepper shaker has 2 holes.
We have an answer, folks.
There it is.
They are $16.99 on prettyrusticwreath.com.
Ew.
Yeah, I hate it. The word rustic's in there.
$16 for salt and pepper shakers? That much money for salt and pepper shakers?
Oh, yeah. That's not that bad.
I could just take the ones that my mom got at a thrift store and brought to the her annual tacky gift exchange. They look like they're being held by a duck.
I want these ones. Oh my god, these are $55.
Oh my god.
What are they, solid gold?
How much could it cost? $5?
No, look, I just put the link in the host chat.
Oh boy, here we go.
This is a fun website.
Interesting.
What am I looking at?
Salt and pepper shakers.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Why?
Those I would purchase.
Well, because you want guests to come over instead of being confused as to you're the salt to my pepper. You have shakers labeled heroin and cocaine.
I absolutely love chaotic house decorations. Like, if you have a doormat that says, like, come back with a warrant or something like that. My Jeff Goldblum shower curtain, personal favorite. Chaotic house decoration. More of that. I don't care if you're 36 and have a family or whatever. More chaotic house decoration. Stop with this rustic farm-to-table bullshit.
That's the joy of being an adult, is that you can do that stuff.
It's great. I love it.
And I fully intend to.
Beautiful. Zach, were you going to say something there?
No, just like those shower mats that turn red when they get wet.
Yes.
Oh,
Those are so funny.
Gotta have a little whimsy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this planet is already a hellscape. We've talked about this in a previous episode, like why do people think like doing things that are still like, why do people think that having fun in your adulthood is like supposed to stop, or like that it's a childish thing to like be an adult and have fun? Like, this is bullshit. Enjoy your life. Buy Capri Suns and mac and cheese and Dino Nugs and drink wine out of those Disney cups from the 90s.
I have Capri Suns in my fridge.
Nice.
My Christmas tree is still up, except all the ornaments are taken off, so now it's just a decorative pine tree for the winter.
Beautiful. I love it. There are no rules. We made them all up.
It's not at all related to the fact that I'm way too lazy to take down the Christmas tree.
We made it all up. Do whatever you want. Good
Got
stuff.
random toys everywhere. I just have my Picket hanging out with me.
I love all your random toys.
No one ever seems to notice that he's just hanging out back there. I placed him very intentionally.
Aw, love him. Alright. Let's see, what was our last thing slated?
Random aside, because it just popped in my head, I was at the gym earlier, and the guy on the machine next to me had like a full like calf sleeve tattoo.
Fun.
Ooh.
But the first thing I noticed was that it had Sloth from the Goonies, you know, saying, "Hey, you guys."
Nice.
I thought, cool, I wonder what all the other art around it is. He had Chucky, you know, the horror movie Chucky.
Yeah.
He had Falcor from the Neverending Story on there. And, he had one other one, and I can't think of what it was. It was some other, like, 80s kids movie thing.
I love that. Good for you,
But
dude.
Yeah, I really wanted to be like, "Sir, may I take a picture of your leg tattoos? Because that's amazing." I lost it when I saw Falcor.
No, that is super sick. Oh, man, I haven't watched the Neverending Story in forever.
Oh, it's gonna bug me that I can't remember what that last thing was. I thought about trying to take a surreptitious photo, but, you know. There's actually specific signs at the gym saying you're not allowed to take pictures of people without their knowledge or permission. So
Which is fair at a gym.
Very fair.
Yeah. Well, my specific, not my location, but my chain had a big scandal a few years back. I don't know if anyone remembers that a woman had taken a picture of another woman who was nude in the locker room from behind and posted it online and said, like, "Oh, if I have to see this, so do you."
Ew.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What is wrong with people?
That's terrible.
Yeah, so she was like body shaming this, an older woman body shaming on social media. So that's why they put the signs up.
Ew, gross.
Bridget, did you hear about what was going on at the middle school in Colony, where they found that staff had like installed video cameras in the bathrooms for like the past year, and it's like this whole big thing over the last day or so?
No.
Like literally for a year, they've been there.
I don't like that.
Yeah, no,
I no,
bad.
yeah.
Bad. Hate everything about that.
Yep.
Does anyone else have any more fun scandals they'd like to bring up before we hop into our last talking point?
Now it's just gonna bother me that I can't think of what else was on that tattoo.
I'm very sorry.
That drives me nuts. I'm never gonna know who that guy was to be able to check it, so. I did not look at his face, I only looked at his tattoo.
Fair.
He was a white guy. That's all I got.
All right, well that narrows it down.
Yeah, I was looking at his skin, you know, so I got that.
I mean, technically it does narrow it down some, just not nearly enough.
It does, yeah. Majority white gym, though, so it's not a whole lot. But
Two things, white and guy.
With tattoo.
And tattoo.
Yeah.
That's like 3 things.
3 whole things.
FBI, figure it out.
Just have to look into your camera and talk to your FBI agent.
Yo, sometimes, oh my god, that would be a fun segment. Something like, what do you think your FBI agent thinks of you?
Ooh, we're coming up with the next episode literally as we are recording this one. Absolutely beautiful, making my life so much easier. Thank you all.
Sneak peeks for next week.
I also just love the idea that like everybody has their own personal FBI agent, like they're like your guardian angel or something, just always watching.
I love that. The whole FBI agent meme makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Just like I keep telling my students, you're boring. No one wants to follow you around.
Why are you telling your students that?
Because you're talking about reality TV and how it's not very realistic. Because
okay. I thought you were just like being mean to people up at the front of the classroom.
That's partly the joke, because I'm like, literally any person, if you follow them around 24/7, it's boring as shit.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who that person is.
Yeah.
Right. Like 90% of our day is nothing fun. It's like y'all have boring lives.
Did you see or not see, but hear the most recent Love It episode where they were talking about their horror stories when it comes to dating, and there was the girl and the guy brought his friend to video the date.
Oh my god.
He was like, and he was like, yeah, I want to submit it for like, I don't know, he wanted to create a show where they just like film dates start to finish, and
that'd be really funny. And also, I just had this random thought. We started our recording session today with me and Brookes talking about a show that we both like, that neither of you have watched. But love it. You and Brookes like it. And I want to make a Venn diagram.
Right.
Where I find the overlap between all, like, a thing that all of us, like, every single one of us likes, and then, like, build out from there, like, what's something that just me and Emily like? Doki Doki Literature Club. What's something that, like, me, Zach, and Emily like? Like, I will figure it out. I will make a Venn diagram.
It'll see, because in terms of like shows, Brookes and I would be Psych. Bridget, you and I would be Dairy Girls.
Yes.
You and Brookes have.
Okay.
Okay.
So there we go. That's all three of us.
There we go. That is all three of us. Yeah. There's a lot to work with there.
I will figure that out at some point. That'll be a fun little thing I can post on the Patreon or on Twitter or whatever. Man, killing it with the planning. Anyway, unless anyone else has anything to say about, like, literally anything.
I was just watching Psych right before this.
Nice.
I love that so much.
You're rewatching it.
Ooh, which episode?
I watched 2, actually, right before this. And all of a sudden I'm blanking on which ones, because I've been watching so much of it.
I will watch them to fall asleep. At this point, I've seen the show through so many times that, like, it's just a comfort thing. Like, I'll just put it on
Schitt's Creek to fall asleep.
Yeah, it's like that.
Oh, wait, is that our thing? Is that our center thing? Schitt's Creek?
Oh no, I've only seen like the first episode. I just mean like it's the same thing. Like,
okay, well, at least I have more things for the Venn diagram. Anyway, final question / talk / point of discussion. How long do you have to date someone before you consider them boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever name you prefer?
I mean, it's got to be agreed on, right?
I don't know. I've been in one relationship ever, and it was in high school, so the notion of exclusivity not being an immediate thing did not exist.
I think it varies a lot.
One of the things that I believe, no matter what, though, is that if you agree to go out on a date, 99.9% of the time you do not jump to exclusivity after one date.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't know. Because that's
what
what happened to me because we were in high school.
I think it has to be something where you have a conversation and it's like, hey, this is going pretty well, and I enjoy your company. And then you decide what it is. And I think that until you have that conversation, you can go on as many dates as you want, but you haven't formally established anything. I mean, I guess if it goes on for a long time, eventually you just kind of like meld into an item.
So I
But
guess the question then is, in everyone's sort of personal case, at what point in going on dates with someone, like how long do things have to be going well before you're like, let's talk about putting a label on this?
it's a case by case basis.
Yeah.
It really is just like, it depends on who the people are.
Every single one every relationship I've been in has been friendship first, and then just like we would text and get closer and start talking more often, and I can fall in love with a brick wall, so I would catch feelings like right away. And then eventually I'd be like, hey, I like you. We go on date, and then we would start going on dates, and then there. But I also am a firm believer in friendship first, because if I can't be friends with the person I'm dating, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Good way to think about things. Brookes, did you have anything?
I mean, I think being friends first definitely expedites it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I suppose maybe I have a different perspective being older. And, you know, I imagine a lot of you, like a lot of people you guys have probably met and dated have been like, you know, classmates in school and stuff like that. But typically, once you're older, you aren't surrounded by people your own age anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so it becomes very effortful to try to meet people. So the idea of like being friends with somebody first and then dating them, like it doesn't happen at all anymore at my point, because I'm never around people my own age, especially people that aren't already married or otherwise in a relationship. And so I have to use like dating apps and stuff like that where you're meeting somebody for the first time in the context of dating. So I feel like the older I've gotten, the longer it's taken for me to consider something an actual relationship.
That's what I feel so lucky that I don't have to do that. Because, like, even my current partner, we met at work and we became like work best friends. And then from there, it evolved. And I cannot imagine the awkwardness. Like, oh, I can't do it. I can't casually date. I can't meet somebody on Tinder and they'll be like, oh, let's go out to dinner. Mm-mm.
See, I'm like, for the past couple months have been playing like the dating app scene because that's kind of my only option.
Mm-hmm.
So, different perspectives.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like I'm going to date somebody in my own department, even if there were options, which there aren't.
Rip.
It's like, how am I supposed to meet people, you know? Yeah, and so it becomes just a very different thing. And I think it matters, like, how often you see the person, because I think sometimes when you start dating somebody, sometimes there is that, oh, I'm going to see you a couple times a week, and then it develops more quickly, versus maybe you're both really busy, and so it's harder to get together, or like that lawyer dude I dated, we were living in different cities, and so we only got together like every couple weeks for a while. You know, and so that would have taken, if I hadn't given up, I was like, this is too much work. If I hadn't given up, that would have taken a long time to actually call it a relationship, I think. So different things like that matter.
Yeah, okay. Seems like a solid amount of factors to base things on, I would say.
I would say at the very, very least 3 dates.
Okay, yeah.
And if those 3 dates are like gorgeous, beautiful, best thing that's ever happened, then sure.
Yeah. That seems fair.
I would say yes, just depending on what the dates are, because like 3 times going out to dinner, I don't think would be enough. I would want to see somebody in how I would want to see how somebody sort of lives in a more casual state. Like when you are at a restaurant, you know, you are being very intentional, and like that doesn't give me a good idea of who of how you live your life per se. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's less number of dates and more the amount of time that you've known them.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like, texting and stuff in between as well, getting to know them.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could hypothetically have 3 dates in a week or 3 dates over a month. So to me, I would want it to be a couple of months until I'm kind of like, familiar with them, comfortable with the idea. I feel like the older I get, the pickier I am. Like, I'm so over dating. If there's even a chance I think it's not going to work out, I'm just like, yeah, no, let's just knock it off.
I mean, I feel like the, minimum, like, month or two thing, I don't know, that seems right for me. I don't know. But again, this is speaking as a person who has had one single long-term relationship, and that didn't work out.
Got a bunch. And more first dates than I can count. I'm so picky.
Do you want to talk about it?
I need to settle. No kidding.
Okay, so my question for you as a big first dater, if you're in like the middle of the first date and you can tell it's going south, are you polite and like finish it out, or are you just like, gotta go, shove breadsticks in the purse, I'm out?
No, you definitely finish the date.
Yeah. Because if nothing else, it's an experience and it's a fun story to tell people later.
Yeah.
Do you have any terrible first date stories you'd like to share?
But this is why you also never commit to dinner as a first date. Drinks or coffee only.
Ooh.
Yeah, I won't do dinner as a first date. That's way too much commitment. Because then, if you meet them for drinks, you can have like one drink. If it's not going well, it'd be like, oh, well, and schedule them on a weeknight. Because then you can say, oh, I really got to get home because I got to get up for work tomorrow early.
Some wisdom here.
All the
from
life
a veteran.
Yeah.
Do you have any terrible first dates you'd like to share with the class?
Not really. I think my pickiness has led me to generally pick decent people. It's just that it's just not compatible. The number of people I've gone out with that have said, oh yeah, I don't really watch TV, and then it's over.
Okay, so what do I talk about?
I was hoping for a horror story, though.
That's my life. Yeah, I wish I had. I don't really, though. Not that it's coming to mind anyway. I was actually thinking about that because of the last Love It or Leave It, where they were telling dating horror stories, and I was like, hey, what story would I tell? I'm like, I don't know that I have one.
Yeah. First of all, those are so wild, but also I couldn't really think of one either. Yeah.
Actually, second date with my ex, he was really into airsoft, and I went with him, and like, you get all this fucking gear on, it's ridiculous. But one of the things I didn't have was like a scarf, because it really fucking hurts. The airsoft pellet hits you in the neck. But I was like, oh, I'll be fine. Like, the chances of that happening are pretty low. As soon as I walked out, and I had a huge red mark. It was it was bad. It was not rough. Cute.
Ooh, in college, I went and did a lunch date with this guy who was on his way to being a medical professional. Like, that's what he's doing now. And we were eating, talking, like, getting to know each other. And I was telling him about my brain tumor, because, like, that's, like, kind of, like, a fun, interesting fact about me.
I'm sorry, you're what?
Oh, yeah, I have a brain tumor. It's just chilling there. Like, it's fine. It's on my pituitary gland. It's benign. It's just chilling.
How long have I known you?
Long enough that you should know this. But so I bring this up, and he said that one of the things that he thinks could help with that is if I eat more red meat, that my brain tumor might shrink. And I was just sitting there like, I gotta go.
Oh my god.
Yes, eat more of the class 2 carcinogen, by all means.
Yeah.
Big yikes. Very big yikes.
I think the most interesting date I ever had was a guy took me curling once.
Okay.
That's so fun.
That's actually cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to feel about it. It's a lot harder than it looks.
Oh,
the rock in particular. You just have to glide along the ice and not like look like an awkward duck, and it was a good time. I was like, that's an interesting invite. Sure, let's go do that.
I think that one of the best dating things you can do is something that is ridiculous like that, because you just get to know how that person reacts in that situation. Like, can they laugh at themselves?
Yeah.
Are they willing to try new things? Stuff like that. Take me bowling on the first date. I'm in love with you.
To be fair, that guy turned out to be awful. So
does not guarantee
that was our second date. No.
Does not guarantee that they're cool, but at least it's a cool idea.
Yep.
I've complained about that particular guy to you before, Bridget.
Give me a hint.
No, you'll remember later. You'll remember later.
Okay.
So I did go bowling once on a first date, and it sounded, in theory, fantastic. It's like, it'll be fun. And then it was awkward just because you keep walking past the other person and you never, And I was like, well, I guess it's your turn again. Like, and then we left and we were like, and I was like, I still don't know you any better than when we got here an hour ago.
Chill and like eat something in between games or like relax.
I think solid first date idea, roller skating. Because then you can fall down and be helpless together, and if they can laugh about that, I think that's a solid idea. Do I read this text now?
Some sort of event.
You're reminding me of who I met.
Some sort of event that requires skill, like roller skating, that neither of you are good at. So that you can both act equally stupid.
Rip.
Yeah, that would be super awkward if you invited them to do something like that you're really awful at, and then they were just amazing at it, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Well, that's what, like, the date you went on curling, was the person a good curler, or was it new for them too? Because, like, how awkward to be like, come try this thing that you've never done before, but I'm really good at.
No, we were both grad students at Ohio State. He was in psych, huh?
This is just me complaining about my ex now. Apparently, literally every time I was like, oh, let's try this new thing, he would be he was fantastic at literally everything. I don't know why. He'd just be like, oh, it's not that hard. About every single thing. Even things he, like, didn't like. He just took naturally to everything. It was infuriating. Anyway.
I actually think I was a little better at it than he was. But there was the Columbus in Columbus, and they had like certain nights a week. Anyone from the public, you just go in, pay $20, and they teach you how to do it.
That's so fun.
That is kind of fun.
Yeah, he was like, I saw this thing. I think it'd be cool to do. You want to do it with me? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Guy diving on a first date.
There you go.
That's ballsy.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that would be my type of person. Like, just like someone who's just like, go big or go home.
Has anybody ever seen the YouTube channel Test Theory?
No.
Oh, they're phenomenal. I think you guys would actually like them, but they just they intentionally make themselves very uncomfortable, where they'll go like, bungee jumping and they travel. It's really cool. But they had one where this guy met he went on Tinder or something and met a girl and was like, hey, do you want to go to Iceland on a date? And they did, and they took a weekend and went to Iceland, and it was a really cool video. But that's your first date. We're just gonna go.
See, on the one hand, that sounds so cool, and I love the idea of ooh, spontaneous adventure. On the other hand, I don't want to get murdered.
Yeah, that's the other thing, and it probably helps that they have a massive YouTube channel.
Yeah,
right.
And they're like, oh, so you're just gonna film it the whole time, and not in the weird way, like from the episode of Love It, filming the date, but in a good way.
Yeah. Sounds like the beginning of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. When Arthur meets Trish, Trillian. When he meets her, he's like, let's go to Madagascar. And he's like, yeah, no. And then she runs off with, what's his face?
I know who you're talking about. It's been so long since I read the book.
I just like his name.
That's what the Tinder Swindler did. Have you guys seen
what
that
is this
documentary
story?
on Netflix?
I haven't yet,
No,
but
I've
I've
just
heard
been
about
seeing
it.
memes about it.
Yeah.
I haven't had time, because it's a 2-hour movie, man, almost.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is it really?
It was so good. I loved it. But he
Okay,
would
can
like
we circle back to the part? I'm sorry. Were you complaining about 2-hour movies?
yeah,
Well,
wait
every
a
time
minute.
I sit down, I'm like, I have like an hour and a half. Oh. I did that literally right before this, which is why I ended up watching Psych instead. But then it turned out that I would have had time to watch it because we pushed it to 7:30 instead of 7.
Okay. Anyway.
I watched the Tinder Swindler a couple weeks ago. Loved it. Phenomenal. But this guy would go on the first date with the girl he swiped with on Tinder, and he would just be like, let's go gallivanting in Europe, and we'll stay at a 5-star hotel, and blah, 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 just to, like, pass off that he was rich. So then the girls would love it, and then he claimed that he was, like, the son of this guy who was, like, big in the diamond industry and, like, diamond smuggling and whatever nonsense. So then he would message him and be like, oh, you know, people are trying to kill me. I need you to send me ungodly amounts of money and I'll pay you back. But because they had gone on this first date gallivanting through Europe, she was like, oh, yeah, he'll pay me back. So they just would send him all this money that he would use to go gallivanting in Europe with the next girl.
So it's like if the Nigerian prince
Damn.
went on a date with you first.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that, yeah.
Con artists are like really hot right now because there's the new show Inventing Anna on Netflix, the Shonda Rhimes show. That's about a con artist. And I just watched some docuseries on Netflix a couple weeks ago that was about a con artist who convinced people that he was a British spy and
That's
that they
kinda
had to
funny.
run for their lives and extorted all kinds of money from them for like literal years. They were
Okay, that
on the
part's
run
not-
and hiding.
That part's not
Like
fun.
destroyed their lives, yeah. And
Ooh.
he's not even in jail.
I don't want to name who this person is, but one of my family members' coworkers recently got scammed because he got a text from Amazon saying there was an issue with his account, and the guy Venmo'd somebody $1,000 because he thought it was Amazon.
County legislator Venmos.
Like, mind you, a man in his 30s
Okay, if it was like
That's-
a boomer,
that's so-
I would understand.
Yeah,
falls for it.
a literal
And
millennial.
Venmo's Amazon $1,000.
Oh my god.
Like, how?
I don't get
There
it.
was a case of a guy, I think in like Japan, who was like maintaining something like 30 or 35 relationships with women and telling them that his birthday was a different day.
Oh yeah, so he would
like,
just get a
for all
bunch
of
of
them.
presents. Like, that's kind of funny.
But he was like convicted for
amazing.
it. Like he was convicted of fraud. Like
It's a little funny, though.
yeah.
So he gets convicted, but that guy who killed that woman and ate her went free.
Right?
Yeah.
Japan.
Ooh, do you guys ever commit like the mini fraud where like, so the closest Krispy Kreme to me is like an hour and a half away, but if I know that I'm gonna be in that town, I like register through Krispy Kreme and say that my birthday's coming up when I'm gonna be there, so that they send me the stuff for free Krispy Kreme while I'm there.
Nice. That's smart. I dig that.
The Netflix series that I was trying to remember the name of is The Puppet Master.
Gotcha.
Subtitles: Hunting the Ultimate Con Man.
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah,
Actually,
it was pretty insane.
speaking of things on Netflix, I watched Power of the Dog last night. Nominated for a couple Oscars. Worth checking out, I would say. Brooks, I know how you are about hearing any and all opinions of films, so that's all I'm saying. Worth checking out.
So now we know that Bridget thinks it's worth checking it out.
Yeah. So that's all you know.
That's all we need to know, honestly.
Oh, thank you. I think we did good tonight, folks. I don't know about y'all.
A lot of deep talks.
A lot
Yeah.
of deep talks.
We got real.
I'm proud of us. I'm very proud of us.
We're
This is-
growing.
We
Vastly
are.
different from when we were horny on Maine. We didn't get horny once tonight.
No, we didn't. We'll have to make sure to include Zach.
There was the vague talk about the pepper hole. I take it back.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. I was like, somebody's
That
name
was-
was better,
No,
but
yeah,
I forgot.
wait. Never mind.
I just thought that was funny.
I was
just the way you're
involved.
like, oh, my pepper roll.
I'm 5.
I love my pepper hole.
Okay. Well,
On that note.
Yeah, on that thought, concluding thoughts, anybody? No?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, thank you, friends, for fighting with us. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will see y'all again next week. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly, Zach Calderon, and Dr. Sarah Brookes, featuring special guest Emily Whitney. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Follow us on Twitter at BridgetKelly98, at Zach Calderon, at AndSarahSaid, and at EWit789. Rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice, like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, and join our Discord community using the links in the description. You can also help support us via the Acast supporter feature, or consider donating to our Patreon. Thanks for listening!